Welcome back. The General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Aseidu Nketia, has accused the opposition MPP of scheming with some NDC members to get the majority leader, Abam Bagbin, out of Parliament. General Mosquito, as he is popularly known, made the allegations in Nadole, where he addressed chiefs and party faithful as part of the Chief of Staff's campaign tour of the Upper West region.
In Parliament, and those who dread his name want to find ways of removing him from Parliament, but if they come frontally, they know they will be defeated, so they are coming through us, the NDC people. The MPP, the name they fear in Parliament is Bagbin, and when they fear you, and they know they cannot attack you frontally, because if they attack you and amongst themselves as MPP attacking Bagbin, they know NDC will come around and then defend Bagbin. So they go behind and use some of the NDC people so that they will appear to be attacking from within. And then MPP will say, oh, it is his own people who is fighting him. We don't have anything to do. It is a lie. It is MPP that is using pliable NDC hands to prosecute that agenda. So those pliable NDC hands are traitors. And Nelson Mandela says, a traitor is worse than the enemy himself. So please, we are clear in our minds, in Accra. From the leadership of the party, President Mahama sends me to tell you that those who are rumoring around that it is in his interest to see Bagbin out of Parliament, they are not NDC people.
Let's get some reactions from the MPP. We have Nikwate Titus Glover, who is MPP MP for Tema East. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. So how do you react to these claims by Aseidu Nketia that the MPP is scheming with some elements within the NDC to remove Abam Bagbin out of Parliament?
Thank you very much, Steve, and good evening to all your viewers. I'm totally alarmed and surprised about the pronouncement of General Mosquito. In the first place, we in the New Patriotic Party in Parliament have no hand and not in league with the so-called traitors Aseidu Nketia is talking about in the NDC in Parliament to hoist the majority out of office. Our priority as a party in Parliament and outside Parliament is to get the president out of power through the election. And that is our focus, and that is what we're all working on. And in any case, Steve, if General Mosquito says that he knows the traitors in the NDC, then it means that in the first place he's not a good leader. If you have traitors in your party in Parliament, it is your duty to expose them and sanction them. But if you have them and you want to create this cock and bull story for the public to in any way believe what you are saying, then I don't see the head and tail of it. Because you are a leader, you are the general secretary, and you have records, you have facts that in your party, in Parliament, there are members who are traitors. What do? You sanction them. But you see, he hasn't got any basis. We don't want to be part of this cacophony of noises of the NDC.
I can imagine
and all that.
Mr. Titus Glover, but
to make sure that we work so hard and vote for another to be the president of this country. We are not in league with any members of NDC in Parliament who want to get their leader out. That is their priority. In any case, who appoints leaders in Parliament? It is the party and the executive. It was the president in consultation with his party leadership who appointed leaders of their bench. When I went to Parliament, the majority leader was Dr. Kumbo. He changed him, he made him a minister for defense and brought in Abam Bagbin. So if you have means of making any changes and you suspect any of your party or your MPs as traitors, you deal with them accordingly. You should stop trying to lump us together that we are part of whatever scheme that they are planning to get Bagbin out. Please, you should take us out.
Right, Mr. Titus Glover, but won't you say it is the case that this kind of politics, the kind we have in Ghana, have such underpinnings?
I don't see that, because it is impossible that an opposition MPs will join majority MPs to take away their leader. It's not possible. It's not done. It is not done, and that cannot be possible in this political dispensation in this country. It is their party business. It's their party matter. So if they have a problem with Bagbin, they should deal with them accordingly. They should not add us together. No. We don't want to be part and parcel of NDC. I'm sure Aseidu Nketia is getting paranda because they know they are losing power. And for that matter, he's just holding the last straw to make sure he can no, that cannot be possible, brother.
But would you say these things happen in the political space we have?
What I'm saying is that in this geopolitics of our country, you will never ever see opposition joining hands together to hoist their leaders. It's not possible. How can NDC people come and join MPP that want to take a minority leader out? It cannot be possible. And how can MPP members of parliament go and join NDC people to take their leader out? The leadership in parliament are appointed by their party, the national party, and the executive.
Mr. Titus Glover, I recall
Agbeshi, Muntaka, Ahmed, and Hajia Buforo, they were appointed by their party leadership in consultation with the president.
Mr. Titus Glover, I recall sometime.
Appointment, let alone to get them out of office.
Mr. Titus Glover.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Titus Glover, I recall that sometime when Dr. Kumbo was to leave Parliament as majority leader, Minority Leader Oseche Mensah Bonsu actually openly canvassed for Alban Bagbin to become the majority leader on grounds that he had the competence. Is this not the kind of grounds for which someone like General Mosquito will suspect that if Minority Leader has been able to campaign or canvass for support for him, then he could do the reverse if it does happen?
Steve, I'm a level 100 member of parliament. And what I know since I went into the chamber is that normally when names are brought up to be appointed, the lobbying is done within the ranks. It is only when the speakers, that is the speaker and his two deputies, that I know that we try to put in a word, because the majority will try and come up with a name. The minority will also propose a name. And we'll try to judge among ourselves that, look, let us support each other to make sure these speakers are elected by the House. That is what I have witnessed. But as to the appointment of the majority leader and minority leader, it is a sole prerogative of their national party.
Okay.
When the name is brought, and because they have been together in the chamber for a long time, Bagbin is one of the longest serving members of parliament in this country. And we know his competence and the kind of work that he does in the chamber. Notwithstanding that, my leader, Chairman Sambozo, is one of the experienced hands we have in this country. And for that matter, if Bagbin is being brought back, having left my ministerial appointment, and he's now sent into the chamber, and we appreciate the work that he does with his experience and all that. I mean, there's nothing wrong to commend him.
Right.
Because his party has brought him. There's nothing that you can do.
Right.
Because we don't have the power to say, no, we cannot allow him to be the majority leader. He's not from our side. So that is why I'm saying that everything is in the hands of the NDC. They brought him. So if they want to get him out, from the way Aseidu Nketia is talking, and he has traitors, they should deal with it appropriately. They have means of disciplining party people who go wayward. Like the way they took away Josiah Aye, they sacked him from the party without recourse to any disciplinary procedure.
Right, Mr. Titus Glover.
What do you call it? Kofi Ademu. Okay, when he was also suspended from the party. So they have the means of disciplining their members. Like
right, Mr. Titus Glover, we're grateful.
Party in this country.
We're grateful for your time. Extremely grateful. Thanks very much. Titus Glover is a member of Parliament for Tema East.